Welcome day, but today we're reading 2 Chronicles chapter 10. After Solomon's death, the northern tribe revolt. We read a little more about them in 2 Chronicles. The remainder of 2 Chronicles recounts the alternating period of astrology and reform in Judah. In the end, Judah would not turn away from sin, and its tragic result was a 70-year captivity in Babylon. Sin is in our life. It also leads to judgment and devastation. Through God's judgment, it may seem slow, but it's never certain. Jeroboam went to Sheba, for all Israel had gone there to make him king. When Jeroboam, son of Nebat, heard this, he was in Egypt, where he had fled from King Solomon. He returned from Egypt, so they sent for Jeroboam, and he and all Israel went to Rehoboam and said to him, "Your father had put a heavy yoke on us, but now lighten the harsh labor and heavy yoke he put on us, and we will serve you." Rehoboam said to him, "Come back for me in 3 days." So the people went away. Then King Rehoboam considered the elders who had served his father during his lifetime. "How could they advise me to these people?" he asked. They replied, "If you will be kind to these people and please them, and give them a favorable answer, they will always be your servant." But Jeroboam rejected the advice the elders gave him, and considered the old young men that had grown up with him was serving him. He asked them, "What is your advice? How shall we answer these people who say to me, 'Lighten the yoke your father put on us'?" The young men said, "You have grown with him," replied. "The people have said to you, 'Your father put a heavy yoke on us, but you make our yoke light.' And I told him, 'My little finger is thicker than my father's waist. My father weighed a heavy yoke. I will make it even heavier. My father scourged you with whips. I will scourge you with scorpions." 3 days after Jeroboam and all the people returned to Rehoboam, as the king had said, "Come back to me in 3 days." The king answered them harshly, rejecting the advice of the elders. He followed the advice of the young man and said, "My father made your yoke heavy. I will make it even heavier. My father scourged you with whips. I will make you scourge with scorpions." So the king did not listen to his people. This turn event was from God, to fulfill the word of the Lord spoken to Jeroboam, son of Nebat, through Shishai the Shinite. When all Israel saw that the king refused to listen to them, they said to the king, "What shall we have in David? What part in Jesse? To your tents, Israel. I'll look after your own house, David." So all Israel went home, but all the Israelites were living in the town of Judah. Jeroboam still ruled over them. King Jeroboam sent out Abba, who was in charge of forced labor, but the Israelites stoned him to death. King Rehoboam, however, managed to get into his chariot and escape to Jerusalem. So Jerusalem has been in rebellion against the house of David to this day. Now we be reading the meaning. The crowning in Israel king would normally have taken place in Jerusalem, the capital city, but Rehoboam saw that there was the possibility of trouble in the north. So to maintain his hold on the country, he chose Sheba, a city about 35 miles north of Israel, and Jerusalem, I meant. Shechem was an ancient site for making covenant. The following bad advice could cause disaster. Jeroboam lost the chance to be ruler of a peaceful, united kingdom because he rejected the advice of Solomon's older counselors, referring to the counsel of his peers. Rehoboam made 2 errors in seeking advice. He did not give extra contrary to the suggestion of those who knew the situation better than he did. And 2, he did not ask God for wisdom. It's easy to discern which was the better option. It's easy to follow the advice of our peers because they often fear as we do. But the fear may be limited. It is important to listen carefully to those who have more experience than we do. They can see the bigger picture. Why was Jeroboam in Egypt? Adonai, the prophet, had predicted that Israel would split in 2 and Jeroboam would become king in the northern section. When Solomon heard of this prophecy, he tried to kill Jeroboam. Jeroboam was forced to flee to Egypt. Rehoboam was a unbalanced picture of leadership from his father Solomon. Apparently, Rehoboam only saw difficulty leading the nation, not only the opportunities. He mentioned that a harsher respect from Solomon rule, and he himself decided to make a harsh choice of people. As you just stress the responsibility with your children, make sure you temper words and complain with words of joy. Otherwise, you may sour their attitude towards the work you do and those you serve. In trying to have it all, Jeroboam lost almost everything. Motivated by greed and power, he pressed too hard and divided his kingdom. He didn't need more money or power because he had inherited the richest kingdom in the world. He didn't need more control than him because he was king. His demand was based on selfishness rather than reason or special discernment. Those who insist on having it all wind up or with little or nothing. This is the beginning of the divided kingdom, the peaceful, united kingdom of the psalmist divided into two parts. 10 of the tribe followed Jeroboam and called the tribe nation Israel, or the northern kingdom. The two other tribes, Judah and Benjamin, remained loyal to David's reign and respected with Jeroboam. They called the nation Judah, or the southern kingdom. Now that is the meaning. Thank you for every day, but I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.